Hi, I'm Ron Stone. This is a bass lesson on Saturday Night Special by Lynyrd Skynyrd in the key of B. So this song, it basically plays the same riff over and over again in slightly different variations and rhythmic variations. I would say that this song is about feel and rhythm much more than it is about what notes and the harmonics that are created in playing those. That said, you know, playing the right notes obviously matters, and every once in a while you get the color with certain accent notes. Most of it can be played, or probably just about all of it can be played in the first position exclusively, using the B note and open strings, along with the E octave note and the F sharp note. I mean, you could play it like that, but I think depending on your musical situation, you may want to also vary by moving up during, particularly in the chorus and pre-chorus areas, to the octave B's on the 7th and 9th frets. So the song starts out, I play the live version, which is usually most Lynyrd Skynyrd songs are a lot more fun to play the live version. It starts out on my recording with just a 4 count, and everybody comes in on the B, okay? And so the bass is riding the B with the drums, and the drums are doing a certain sort of galloping roll beat, and you're sort of emphasizing with that. So I'll play with the record so you can hear what I'm talking about, and then I'll explain what's going on. Okay, so it's basically just on the B, with a little emphasis by opening up and hammering on from the A to get some rhythmic chops when you feel it'll jive with the drums. I personally added going up to the octave of the B. I think it sounds pretty hip, and I play a fretless bass when I play live, so this, you know, sliding is very friendly on that bass. That's totally optional. So, and then at the end of that run, it ends up on the E note. Okay, so it's basically a hammer on to the E note. So it's pop the B, D, E. And then it goes into the main riff of the song, which is open A, B, open D, back to the B, open D, B, F sharp, open A. So it's do it again. Okay, and then same thing as before. That's open D, E, B, open D, E. And you can do that, you know, depending on how you want to finger it. You can do it with 2 fingers, sometimes I do it with 2 fingers, sometimes I roll my 1 finger back on to get the B note. Or, okay, whatever works for you. So it's okay, and then on the first verse and the third verse, they do like a hold the B thing. And with that, sometimes I hit the open D. Okay, so let me play through that first verse, so we'll catch up with the song here. Okay, so that little sequence ends on the E. Okay, and then it goes into what I'd call the pre-chorus. The pre-chorus is where I think you have the most, well, I mean, you always have whatever choice you want to play, but in my view, you have the most choice. So the pre-chorus is sort of like a jumpy, and it goes A, E. Okay, so, and that's open strings on the A's and the E's, so. Have a choice. You can also play up on the 7th and 9th. Okay, I still like the open strings. I suppose you could play those notes on closed strings, but I still like the sound of the open strings. Okay, so that's basically the chorus part, so let's go through it. Mr. Saturday night special, got a barrel with some blue and gold. Ain't good nothing, for the man speeding home. Okay, now on this part, notice on the second verse, they don't hold the B after a couple of lines. They keep playing it nice and staccato. You know, instead of doing the, they just keep playing. So listen for that. And then I'll play through into the chorus again, because we just went through that part and it's the same thing. Okay, so the next thing it goes into is like this long droning thing, which is basically like the intro. One other thing I want to note on a song like this, in my view, it's very important. There's a very famous quote by Claude Debussy that music is a space between the notes. On this song, I think it's very important that you stop your notes and let the space and the drums be heard. Okay, so it's during those parts, you know, when it's supposed to be, you know, staccato, I think it's very, very important, and it makes it sound so much more funky. Okay, so you go through this whole droning thing, and then they go back into the regular riff, and at that point when they do the riff, they do it just like the first verse, where they do it staccato and then legato and then staccato. So I'll play through that, because you've already seen all these notes played, so we'll, you know, again, we'll catch up with the song.
Saturday night special. And for $20 you can buy yourself one. Any old pawn shop.
so you'll notice at the end of that long drony part, again like before in the song, it ends up on that E. Okay, and you'll see and hear that I'm I'm using the hammer-ons to create a punchy rhythm. I'm listening a lot for the drum snare. So I don't know if that helps at all, but that gives me a lot of clues on to where to hit and how to emphasize. So this last verse is formatted just like the first verse, 2 staccato and then 2 legato. Okay, so that's the end of the verses and the chorus. And you'll notice on that part, I was just for illustration, I was varying between the first position and the 7th position, just to show you that you can use both. Okay. All right. So it goes back into sort of a B drone. And then the guitars do this very trademark thing at the very end, and the ending, I'll give it to you in advance and then I'll play it, is starting on B, it goes B to D to E, back to D to B, A, and then ends on the B eventually, so it's... So again, it's B, D, E, D, B, A, B. Okay, so 7, 9, 10, 12, 10, 7, 5, 7. And everything else you'll recognize. There we go. Oh yeah, and one other thing, and this is totally not like anything required, but sometimes I feel like hitting the open D and hammering down, also. So it depends on what the guitars are doing. I mean, you could just sit on the B. But sometimes I hear. Okay? And I probably don't play it the same way every time I play it either.
And I'd like to tell you what you can do with yours too.
Okay, so you should be able to hear now that they go into a different part. The guitars are doing da 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 da. They're like what they call question and answering each other. Okay, and that's 3 times the question on the live Lynyrd Skynyrd version. If your band does it like they do it, it's just 3 times, and that's it. That's all the parts of Saturday Night Special. So You know, I'll give it to you obviously in the complete song in full speed, and hopefully that'll do it. I think I don't have this one on tab, but there are tabs on the internet, so if you have any trouble finding them, let me know and I can refer you to a tab. Good luck.